My girlfriend said, "I deserve the lifestyle I post about. You should support your girlfriend's brand." Then I discovered she bought 47K fake followers and committed credit fraud using my information. I told her, "You absolutely deserve the lifestyle you've created." She begged me not to expose her fake life, but I'd already forwarded evidence to every brand she was scamming. So I'm Nate, 27, work in tech support downtown. Been with Emma for about 8 months. She's 24, works part-time at a boutique, lives in this cute apartment that honestly seems expensive for retail wages. When we started dating, she was just normal Emma who liked taking photos. Then around month 3, the Instagram thing kicked into overdrive. Suddenly, every date had to be somewhere aesthetic. Every meal needed the perfect lighting. Looking back, red flags were everywhere. She'd get anxious if we went somewhere that wasn't Instagram-worthy, always on her phone during dinner checking likes and comments. And the spending girl would drop $200 on an outfit for one photo, then stress about rent money the next week. "It's an investment in my personal brand," she'd always say. "You have to spend money to make money." Should have trusted my gut when the numbers didn't add up. Tuesday afternoon, Emma needs another $500 for a photo shoot outfit because her brand partnerships require a certain aesthetic. "Babe, I wouldn't ask if it wasn't for work," she says, scrolling through designer dresses online. "My followers expect quality content." I'm looking at her phone screen showing Revolve dresses. Each one costs more than my car payment. Which brand is this partnership with again? It's complicated. Multiple brands are interested, but I need to maintain my image to secure the deals. She shows me her Instagram. 52K followers, comments full of fire emojis and heart eyes, posts of her in expensive restaurants, designer outfits, luxury hotels. See, my engagement is amazing. Brands love working with me. But something felt off about those comments. They all seemed generic. Beautiful queen and goals repeated over and over. See, Emma started this Instagram thing 8 months ago, claimed she was building a lifestyle brand around fashion and travel. "I'm going to be the next big influencer," she'd say. "You'll see." At first it was cute. She'd ask me to take photos of her around the city, coffee shops, murals, trendy spots, normal girlfriend stuff. But then the requests got bigger. "We need to go to that new rooftop restaurant for content. Can you book us a weekend in Miami? My followers are expecting travel posts. I need that Gucci bag for my brand partnerships." Each time, she'd promise it was an investment. "Once these brand deals start coming in, I'll pay you back everything." I believed her because her follower count kept growing. 5K became 10K, became 25K, became 52K. The comments and likes made it look legitimate. Wednesday morning, I'm at work when curiosity gets the better of me. Pulled up one of those follower analysis websites and plugged in her Instagram handle. 47,000 fake followers. 89% of her audience was bots. My stomach dropped. Started digging deeper. Her recent posts averaged 200 real likes from actual humans. For someone with 52K followers, that's terrible engagement. Thursday evening, I confronted her while she's setting up another outfit flat lay for tomorrow's post. "Emma, we need to talk about your Instagram." She immediately got defensive. "What about it?" "I ran your account through an analytics tool. Most of your followers aren't real." Her face went white. "That's impossible. Those tools aren't accurate. 47K fake followers, Emma. Only about 5K real people actually follow you. You're spying on me now. I'm trying to understand why I've spent 8K in 3 months on your brand partnerships that apparently don't exist." She started crying. "They do exist, it's just complicated. Show me a contract, show me payment from any brand." That's when the truth started coming out. She'd never had a real brand partnership. What she called brand partnerships were affiliate links that earned her like $12 a month total. She'd been buying followers 5K at a time using gift cards I thought she was saving. The expensive clothes for photo shoots were being returned after she posted the photos. But here's the really messed up part. Friday morning, I'm going through our shared laptop to find receipts for returns when I discover something worse. Credit card applications, 4 different ones, all using my income information but her name. "Emma, what the hell is this?" She tried to play dumb. "What? Credit card applications using my income? That's fraud. I was going to tell you I needed them for business expenses." "Business expenses? Your business makes $12 a month." The followers are an investment. Once I hit 100K, real brands will want to work with me. I checked the statements. 12K in debt across the cards. Most of it spent on clothes, restaurants, and more fake followers, but it got worse. Weekend deep dive through her phone while she's in the shower revealed the most disturbing part. Dating apps. Multiple profiles on Bumble, Hinge, Tinder, all using the same fake lifestyle photos from her Instagram. She wasn't just catfishing brands, she was catfishing men. Found message threads with 3 different guys. Each one thought they were dating a successful influencer. Each one was sending her money for various emergencies. Same photos I'd taken of her, same fake lifestyle, different sob stories. She was running a full catfish operation using the influencer persona I'd helped create. Sunday night I sat her down with printouts of everything. Emma, this ends now. The fake followers, the credit fraud, the catfishing, all of it. You don't understand the influencer business. I understand fraud, and that's what this is. She tried to turn it around on me. You're just jealous of my success. What success? You have 5K real followers and 20K in debt. Those followers will grow organically now. Not when I report the fake metrics to every brand you've contacted. She went ballistic. You can't do that. You'll ruin everything I've built. You didn't build anything. You bought followers and committed credit fraud. Please, I'll pay everything back. Just give me time. But I was done giving her time. Update 1. Monday morning, I started making calls. First, I contacted every brand she'd claimed to work with, sent them analytics showing her fake followers and real engagement numbers. Then I called the credit card companies, reported the fraud applications. They started investigations immediately, but here's where it gets really satisfying. Tuesday afternoon, Emma gets a call. Fashion brand she'd been negotiating with for months. Miss Emma, we need to discuss some concerns about your social media metrics. She put it on speaker thinking it was good news. Our analytics team discovered significant discrepancies in your follower count. We're terminating all discussions and considering legal action for misrepresentation. Her face when she heard legal action was priceless. Wednesday, more brands started calling. Turns out when you tip off one company about fake influencers, they share information with each other. 4 brands threatened legal action for attempted fraud. 2 were considering suing for the time and resources they'd wasted on due diligence. Thursday, the credit card companies called. All 4 cards frozen pending fraud investigation. Friday, her Instagram got reported by multiple people for fake engagement. Instagram removed 45K followers overnight and restricted her account. She went from 52K to 7K followers in one day. This weekend, Emma had a complete meltdown. You destroyed my entire life, she screamed at me. I exposed your lies. There's a difference. I was building something real. Real. You were catfishing 3 different men and committing credit fraud. That's when she broke down and admitted everything. The whole influencer thing started as revenge against her ex who dumped her for someone with more social media followers. I wanted to show him I could be successful too. By buying fake followers. At first I was just going to buy a few thousand, then grow organically, but it became addictive. What about the catfishing? I needed money to maintain the lifestyle. The followers were expensive. So you decided to scam random men. They were sending money voluntarily. I never forced anyone. You lied about who you were. That's textbook fraud. Monday morning, she got a call from a law firm. One of the brands was actually suing her for fraudulent business practices. She started hyperventilating. I can't afford a lawyer. Should have thought about that before committing fraud. Tuesday, her parents called after getting a visit from federal investigators about the credit fraud. Emma, what have you done? Her mother demanded. Had to explain to her parents that their daughter was under investigation for federal crimes. They were devastated. Their successful influencer daughter was actually a fraud. Wednesday, Emma's landlord called. The credit card companies had contacted him. Turns out she'd been paying rent with the fraudulent credit cards. You have 30 days to bring rent current or you're evicted, he told her. She looked at me hopefully. Can you help with rent just this once? Absolutely not. You got yourself into this. Thursday, her parents drove down to help her pack. They'd agreed to let her move back home until the legal issues were resolved. Update 2. It's been 3 weeks since Emma moved back with her parents. The legal situation is getting worse for her. Fashion brand lawsuit is moving forward. Their lawyers are seeking damages for time and resources wasted on due diligence for fake metrics. Credit fraud investigation expanded. Turns out she'd also applied for a personal loan using my information. Bank is pressing charges, but the catfishing situation exploded in ways I didn't expect. David from Chicago found out about Nate and Tyler. All three guys connected on social media and compared notes. They discovered Emma had been using the same exact photos and stories with all of them. David posted about it on his social media. Warning, this Instagram account is run by a catfish who stole my money. Post went viral in Chicago. Emma's real name and photos spread everywhere. Nate did the same in Atlanta, Tyler in Phoenix. Now when you Google her real name, the first results are catfish scammer and Instagram fraud. Her reputation is completely destroyed. The fake followers situation got even messier. Instagram didn't just remove her fake followers, they banned her account entirely for violating community guidelines. She tried to start new accounts, but people recognized her photos and reported them immediately. Her parents are mortified. They're pillars of their small-town community, and now everyone knows their daughter is under federal investigation for fraud. They've hired a criminal defense lawyer. Retainer was $15,000 just to start. Emma had to get a job at Target to help pay legal fees. After spending 8 months pretending to be a successful influencer, she's working retail for $12 an hour. The irony is painful. Meanwhile, the three guys she catfished are working together to press charges for wire fraud. Turns out when you scam people across state lines, it becomes federal. Emma's parents called me last week begging me to ask the guys to drop charges. She's learned her lesson. She's just a young woman who made mistakes. She's a 24-year-old adult who committed multiple felonies. Please, she's our only daughter. I felt bad for them, but their daughter needed to face consequences. Final update: 2 months later, the legal consequences are severe. Federal charges were filed for wire fraud, identity theft, and credit fraud. Emma's looking at 2 to 5 years in federal prison if convicted. The arraignment was last Tuesday. I went because I had to testify about the credit fraud. Seeing Emma in an orange jumpsuit was surreal. Your Honor, my client is a first-time offender who got caught up in social media culture, her lawyer argued. The prosecutor wasn't having it. Miss Johnson ran a sophisticated fraud operation across multiple states, victimizing at least 6 individuals for over $30,000. Emma looked tiny sitting at the defendant's table. When they read the charges, she started crying. Wire fraud across state lines, identity theft, credit fraud. Each charge carried potential years in federal prison. Her parents were in the gallery. Her mom sobbed when the judge denied bail reduction. Flight risk, the judge explained. Defendant has demonstrated pattern of deception and has no stable employment or community ties. The civil lawsuit from the fashion brand settled out of court the next week. Emma's parents had to pay $25,000 in damages and legal fees. I was there when the settlement papers were signed. Emma's dad looked like he'd aged 10 years. $25,000, he kept muttering, for fake Instagram followers. Their lawyer tried to be encouraging. Could have been worse. They were asking for $100,000 initially. We're refinancing our house, Emma's mom told me privately. 30 years of marriage, and we're starting over financially because of her lies. All 3 catfishing victims received restitution, also paid by her parents. David got his $800 back, Nate his $1,200, Tyler his $600. Total cost to her family, over $40,000 in legal fees, settlements, and restitution. The community impact was devastating too. Emma's parents are longtime residents of their small town. Her dad coached Little League for 15 years. Her mom runs the church bake sale. Now everywhere they go, people whisper and point. I drove through their town last month for work. Stopped at a gas station and overheard 2 women talking. That's Emma Johnson's parents. You know, the girl who scammed all those people online. Heard they had to mortgage their house to pay for her legal bills. What kind of parents raise a child like that? Emma's mom was 2 aisles over buying groceries, clearly heard every word. Her face was bright red with embarrassment. Emma pled guilty to federal charges last week. I was there for the hearing. "Miss Johnson, do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're admitting to all charges?" the judge asked. "Yes, Your Honor." "Wire fraud, identity theft, credit fraud. Do you understand the severity of these crimes?" Emma's voice was barely a whisper. "Yes, Your Honor." Her sentencing is next month. Lawyer thinks she'll get 18 months in federal prison plus 3 years probation. But the social consequences might be worse than prison time. Her social media presence is completely destroyed. Any attempt to create new accounts gets immediately reported and banned. The boutique where she worked fired her the day after her arrest made the local news. "We can't have someone facing federal fraud charges representing our brand," the manager explained. She tried working at 3 different places: Starbucks, Target, even a local restaurant. Each time, customers recognized her from the viral posts about catfishing and complained to management. "I can't get hired anywhere," she told her mom during a recorded jail call I heard later. "Everyone knows what I did." "Maybe that's for the best," her mom replied coldly. "You need to face the consequences of your choices." Even her mom was fed up. The fake Instagram lifestyle she wanted so badly cost her everything real in her life. "Last week I ran into her college roommate at a coffee shop. Emma was always obsessed with appearances," she told me. "In college, she'd max out credit cards buying designer clothes for parties, then return them the next week. So this has been a pattern. She's been living fake lifestyles since freshman year. The Instagram thing was just the latest version." "Did you ever call her out on it?" "Once. She cut me off completely, said I was jealous of her success." Turns out Emma had burned bridges with most of her old friends years before we met. They'd all experienced some version of her lies and manipulation. Her family relationships are destroyed too. Her older brother won't speak to her. "She's brought shame on our family name," he told their parents. "I have kids who have to go to school where everyone knows their aunt is a criminal." Emma's parents are considering moving to another state after her father retires next year. "We can't rebuild our reputation here," her mother explained during Emma's sentencing hearing. 40 years in this community, and our daughter destroyed it all in 8 months." The judge wasn't sympathetic during sentencing. "Miss Johnson, you ran a sophisticated criminal enterprise that spanned multiple states and victimized numerous individuals. You showed no remorse until you were caught." "Your Honor, I'm sorry for what I did," Emma said through tears. "You're sorry you got caught. There's a difference." 18 months in federal prison, followed by 3 years supervised probation and 500 hours community service. When they led her away in handcuffs, her parents didn't even look up. The fake lifestyle she posted about became her real nightmare. The federal inmate lookup website shows she's currently serving time at FCI Danbury. Earliest release date is 14 months from now. Wonder if they let inmates take Instagram photos in federal prison. Somehow doubt the orange jumpsuit aesthetic will go viral.